I hadn't heard from her in years. Not like this. I received a text at 11:48 p.m. Can I come over, it read. I don't want to be alone tonight. I stared at the screen, jaw clenched so tight I could hear my pulse in my ears. Marisa, the same girl who used to curl up next to me on my couch, giggling about her newest boyfriend while I sat there pretending my heart wasn't slowly riding inside my chest. She friend-zoned me so cleanly back then it could have been surgery. You're safe, Rick. You're like home, she said. I was her anchor, her fallback. Never the storm she let in. Until now. I opened the door before she could knock. She looked broken. Her eyes were red and glassy, mascara smudged beneath them. She wore a hoodie, mine actually, and a pair of shorts I'm pretty sure she had to dig out of some forgotten drawer from college days. Hi, she whispered. I didn't say a word. I stepped back and let her in. She walked inside like she used to, like she owned the air around her. But she wasn't the same. Her glow was dimmed, her confidence rattled. She curled up on my couch the same way she had 100 times before. Only now, she didn't speak, just pulled her knees to her chest and stared ahead. I brought her tea and she barely touched it. Then she asked a question that changed everything. Will you sleep next to me? I can't be alone tonight, she said. The room went quiet. I could hear the refrigerator humming behind the wall. My blood turned to fire. Are you sure? I responded. She nodded, and I followed her into the bedroom. She crawled into my bed like she belonged there, laying on her side with her back to me. That curve of her hips I remembered too well. The way she always smelled like vanilla and night air. My hand twitched. Then she whispered, I always wondered if we ever would have worked, you and me. I moved before I could stop myself, leaning in close. My voice was low, like gravel unwrapped in silk. You have no idea how long I've waited to hear that. She turned, eyes wide, faces inches from mine. I could feel her breath. She didn't pull away. If anything, she leaned in. That was all the permission I needed. I kissed her hard, not gentle. Not like some delicate thing I was scared of breaking, but like a man who had been starving for years and had finally tasted the one thing he craved. Her lips were so soft, wet, hungry. She moaned softly into my mouth, and I pulled her closer, my hands gripping the back of her head, then sliding down to her hips. Rick, she breathed. You kept me in a cage. I growled against her throat. You knew what I felt for you, and you still kept me on a leash. Just a friend, always watching you love everyone else but me. She whimpered as my hand slipped beneath her hoodie, fingers brushing her bare skin. I pushed it up and over her head, leaving her in nothing but her lace bra. I kissed her down to her neck, biting just enough to leave a mark, and she arched beneath me. You could have had this years ago, I said, voice thick with lust and fury, and something darker. You think I didn't notice how you teased me back then? The way you hugged me a second too long, the late night calls, the sleepovers. I didn't mean to, she said, but you did, and now you're here, broken and finally mine. I responded. I didn't wait for another word. I pinned her wrist above her head and slid between her thighs, slowly, deliberately, like I was taking my time unraveling a secret. Her breath hissed as I kissed down her stomach, inch by inch. I didn't rush it. She was trembling beneath me now. Tell me you want this, I demanded. I do, she whispered. I always wanted you. I was just scared, she said. Not anymore. What followed was a night soaked in hate and vengeance and tenderness twisted into lust. I took her apart again and again, her moans echoing through the room, her hands clawing at my back. She called my name like a sacred virtue and a sin at the same time. For every year she denied me, I took a piece of her, marking her with every kiss, every bite, every time she screamed beneath me. When it was over, she lay draped over me, her fingers resting on my chest. I didn't know you felt all that, she whispered. I kissed her temple, eyes open in the dark. You didn't want to know, but now you belong to me, I said. And for the first time in years, I slept with her curled into my side, not as a friend, but as something far more dangerous. It didn't stop after that night. She didn't go home, and I didn't ask her to. She left her things here like she had always belonged. Toothbrush, makeup bag, phone charger. Her favorite mug somehow ended up in my kitchen again. Like the past never existed, or maybe like she was trying to rewrite it. Marisa was mine now, and I wasn't letting her go. She clung to me, always touching, always needing. It wasn't just physical, though that was constant too. She started asking what I thought about everything, what she would wear, who she should trust, whether she should text her ex back. The answer was no. It would always be no. Sometimes, when she looked at me for too long, I saw something new in her. A flicker of guilt, maybe fear. She'd lower her eyes and I'd grab her chin and force her to look at me. You gave yourself to me, Marisa. No going back now. She nods slow, breathes shallow, lips parting just enough. The sex changed too. It wasn't just release anymore, it was habit. She'll let me take control completely. I bound her wrist with a belt one night, slow and steady. She didn't protest, just whispered, "Whatever you want." That broke something in me, unleashed it. Whatever I want. I tied her to the bedpost, left her there, naked and shaking. I watched her for minutes that felt like hours. Just watched her, the need in her body, the silence on her lips. She didn't beg, not right away. She waited, like she knew who she belonged to now. When I finally touched her, it wasn't gentle. It was everything I'd been denying myself for years. Every jealous rage, every sleepless night, every fantasy she never knew she inspired, and she took it all. But it wasn't just physical control anymore. She stopped answering texts from friends. I watched her do it. Blocked numbers, ignored invites. Why go out, she said, curled up against my chest, when everything I need is here. I smiled into her hair. That's right. One night, I caught her scrolling through old pictures, her and some guy from before. She took too long, her face twisted, and I knew it wasn't longing, not really. It was a regret. That wouldn't do. I took her phone from her hand. You don't need to look back, I said. I know, I just No. I locked the phone, tossed it aside. You don't. You gave yourself to me. This is your life now, I said. I expected resistance, maybe even a slap, but she just nodded slowly. I know, she whispered. I want you to have all of me, even the parts that are still healing. I kissed her lips so hard they bruised. You don't get to heal without me. You broke me first, I said. Weeks later, her voice changed when she spoke to me. Softer, submissive. She called me baby in public, but sir when we were alone. She never said no. She let me pick what she wore, how she touched me, even when she sat in bed. Her body was a language I finally spoke fluently. And still, sometimes, I'd catch her looking in the mirror like she didn't recognize herself. She'd ask if I thought she was still her, still good, still real. And I'd pull her close and say, "You're more real now than you ever were with them. You're mine now. That's the truest thing about you." And the worst part, she smiled when I said it, like she wanted to disappear into me, like she liked how I rebuilt her. You've just tasted a drop of the dark. Ready for more? Subscribe to Amorous Sanctum and let the shadows pull you deeper into a world of forbidden fantasy and wicked romance. Have a dark desire you love to see unfold? Whisper it in the comments. We adore your imagination. Until we meet again, don't be afraid to crave.